What up, though? Welcome back to the neighborhood. It's your boy Nova coming through once again with a new video. If you read the title, prepare yourselves, because I definitely about to prepare myself for it. If you have ever heard of Nostradamus, then you pretty much know that this man predicts stuff. Well, he predicted things back in his day for the upcoming generations and centuries and stuff. So this should be interesting. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. All my returning neighbors, love and salute to y'all. I'm not going to hold y'all up because I want to see what's going on. So if y'all ready, I'm ready. Let's go.
The next world war, the assassination of Vladimir Putin, and a revolution that will change society forever. I'm your host, Jay Duran, and we have all of this on today's Most Amazing Top 10 list. Coming in number 10, we have World War III. USS Flynn, prepare to engage. I don't know what needs to happen to kick off a world war, but it would seem that tensions are pretty high right now. I mean, we have a global pandemic, a global economic crisis. We just watched one of the strangest presidential elections that I have ever seen, and it would seem that the super rich just keep getting richer. So I don't know how unstable things need to get to force countries to go into an all-out war with each other, but it would seem that we might be reaching a breaking point. In one of Nostradamus' passages, he wrote, "Twice put up and twice cast down. The East will also weaken the West. Its adversary, after several battles chased by sea, will fall at time of need." This could mean that there will be a conflict break out between the East and West. Who those people will be, I have no idea. I don't have the gift of clairvoyance, and I don't even watch the news, so I'm just spitballing over here. But if I had to guess who the big superpowers in the East and West are, we got America and we also got China. Russia could be one of those guys too. They might want to all get at each other's throats because one of these countries might think that they need a bigger seat at the table. We also have the fact that new tax laws are going to be put on the super rich, and that always ruffles some feathers. Coming in at number 9, we have rising sea levels. Okay, let's revisit one of the points that I just brought up. Again, Nostradamus said adversaries after several battles chased by sea will fail at time of need. Okay, so if we were able to read this normally, it sounds like we're talking about war. But your adversary doesn't have to be a person. What about our planet? I mean, it says chased by sea. What if it literally means the sea will be chasing us down and trying to take our land away from us because the sea levels are rising and we're going to end up underwater? And when it says we fail in time of need, that could be referencing all the people that need help now from sea levels rising and all.
Hurricane season wasn't as bad as it was the last few years, but we all know slowly but surely parts of the United States is going underwater. So, and other parts of the world is going underwater as well. So, I mean, I'm not surprised if the sea levels do begin to rise even more. Yeah, man.
The ways we could probably help slow down climate change that we aren't doing, and how all these people will be left in the dust by the rapidly changing environment. I don't think now would be a good opportunity to buy a beachside home. I think you should think more inland, somewhere that's high with a neutral climate that has a lot of land for you to grow stuff on. If anyone watching this video is planning on making some sort of doomsday farm, hit me up in my DMs. I'm looking for a backup plan if the whole world starts to fall apart. And guys, remember to hit that like button because it really helps us out. Coming at number 8, we have Trump will fall ill. I mean, I don't think Nostradamus used the name Trump, but you know he was talking about world leaders of some country. It seems that some people think that one of the predictions that came from the French prophet was that Trump would fall ill with a mysterious sickness. Now, some people could say that this has already happened and he was fine. As we all remember, Trump caught the coronavirus and walked out on that balcony and stood in front of all that people. He was kind of breathing like a goldfish. But is COVID-19 that mysterious of an illness? I don't really think so. We all know where this thing came from and what it does to people. I think if this prediction is going to come true, it's going to be something much more mysterious that snags him. Now, what is that mysterious thing going to be? Well, I have no clue. If I did, it wouldn't be that mysterious now, would it? But I think it would be something that would have him in the hospital for quite some time. Will this take the dude out? I don't know. I told you guys this thing is supposed to be mysterious. Coming in number 7, we have the assassination attempt of Putin. Well, this one actually makes perfect sense. The guy's supposed to be maybe the most powerful person on the planet. And when you're in the hot seat and people are very afraid of you, they're also gunning to take you out. There's an old rule of power. You never want to be the king. You want to be the guy who advises the king. Because if he ever falls, you can be like, dude, I didn't even do anything. It was all this crazy dude. And then you can sneak out with anything horrible happening to you. But Nostradamus has called that someone will come for the king and try to take his crown. Not only that, but that the reason he will be assassinated will be attributed to the fact that someone close to him betrays him.
Judas.
I know that is the tea, ladies and gentlemen. Someone who is close to Vladimir Putin is going to set him up to be killed. Now, will this attempt work? Well, I think we have a theme here. I have no idea. For the sake of whoever is going to try and pull this off, I hope it does. Because if you try and kill Vladimir Putin and then you're unsuccessful and he finds you, he's going to torture you for longer than he...
Can you imagine trying to take out a world leader? A country leader? I don't say a world leader, but a country leader, one of the most powerful men in the world, and you fail? You might as well go ahead and just kill yourself. Because, like he was about to say, if he catch you, he's not going to kill you offhand. He's going to torture you to the point you wish you was dead. It's Vladimir Putin. Yo, say less.
He's been king of Russia, or whatever his title is. Coming in number 6, we have the rise of mechanization. I mean, from our perspective, this seems like a no-brainer, but thinking back to when Nostradamus was alive, it would have been a long shot to call out mechanization. In one passage, he wrote, "The new sage with a lone brain sees it. By his disciples invented to be immortal. Eyes to the south, hands in blossom, bodies in fire." The new sage with a lone brain could be referencing the hive mind that robots would have to take all of our jobs. They would all operate with one central hub, and they would all...
I mean, robots are already taking over, like, for real. Like, it's crazy that within the next 30, 40 years, we will be jobless. Or if we're not jobless, we're working side by side with robots. Let that sink in for a minute. That's mind blowing. That within the next 30 to 40 years, the generations that's growing up, they will be working side by side or won't be working at all because of robots.
Controlled from there, and they obviously would be immortal in a sense. Obviously, everything can die, but the fact that robots can constantly be repaired and upgraded and never need to stop working as long as their model is relevant, they can keep going. Having a robot workforce is the closest thing we'll ever have to having someone who can work forever, never need a break, and they also don't need any rights. But what does that mean for everyone else who needs to work to feed their family and just to survive? I mean, we don't really have a system set up for people who want to opt out of capitalism. Do I hear universal basic income, anybody? Nice. Next on the list, we have economic collapse. We have already taken a massive hit from the coronavirus. Many people lost their jobs. Some people are just making way less money at work, and there doesn't seem to be end in sight. The vaccine should help, but there's no guarantee that this is going to be the end of the virus. Now, in the meantime, some countries are forking over money to their people if they don't have a job or were fired.
That's the crazy part. Like, the economy collapsing, it has done it before. We all know it will happen again. But as long as this coronavirus is going on, and people not following the proper precautions and see, y'all not following the protocol to end this, the longer this shit is going to go on. Me personally, I want to travel next year. I want to take vacations. And I'm not about to be chilling with a mask on because you people, I'm saying the ones that don't wear it, feel like this shit has disappeared, and it hasn't. No, we know this. It got to go. It's messing up people's lives. People dying from this unnecessary. Like people lose family members every day because of this virus. And with the economy collapsing, this is gonna get worse. It's gonna be to the point. Poor. How can I say this? It's gonna be a dog eat dog world out there for real. So we got we got to come together. We got to end this. This is ridiculous. Like this is
laid off or need some time to get things back together. Other countries are not providing anything to their people, and I don't really know how those people are surviving. I mean, you still have to pay bills, but there's no money coming in. So it's suspected that many people are just digging a massive hole with debt, and when this is all over, unless there's some sort of financial aid to get these people out of debt, there will be no way that they can break free from this. And we might start to see people walk out on their debts or mass bankruptcy sweep over countries. This would cause the economy to flop and everything to fall into chaos. Well, that sucks. Coming at number 4, we have the vaccine will make us sick. Now, I want to say right off the bat, I am not anti-vaccination. This is a top 10 list for a top 10 channel, and this video is about predictions from a guy who is dead. Don't take this too seriously. So Nostradamus predicted a massive plague around 2020, and I think it's easy to see what the plague was. It was clearly COVID-19. But some people are speculating that the real sickness is yet to come. Are you kidding me? I mean, I hope that this isn't the case. We might be at the tail end of this thing, so I would like it to be over as soon as possible. If another pandemic is on its way, I'm just going to move to some isolated island and become a farmer. But some people suspect that the vaccine was a rush job and will lead to more people getting sick and cause a second outbreak of a new virus that we are not prepared for. That sounds lovely.
Doesn't it?
You are not prepared. Coming at number 3, we have natural disasters. This is nothing new coming from Nostradamus.
Exactly.
This is the kind of thing he loves to call out, but this time it's... The Meister doesn't drink beer with a burning shot that leaves him tasting nothing else. He pairs his beer with a shot that tastes like nothing else. Jägermeister.
I'm not sponsored by Jägermeister, but it is
It
good.
seems to be focused in one place, and that place is America. There are earthquakes, tornadoes, floods, and a whole bunch of other junk that might be headed towards the States in 2021. I mean, can't things finally turn around after how crazy of a year 2020 was? You think the universe would be tired of stressing everyone out for just a little bit and would take a break, but it turns out that things might get even more hectic. But if you're not living in the States, I guess it's nice to know that Nostradamus hasn't called any destructive feats of nature to come crashing through your door. I guess it's time to start dipping into that donation fund because there might be a few places that are in need of some help in the coming year. Coming in at number 2, we have mass revolution. We are in the late stages of capitalism, and as much as people like to pitch the idea that everyone can make it in this world with a little elbow grease and time, that's not true for everyone, and the gap between rich and poor is growing every day. It's constantly harder to live as a middle-class worker and just make enough money to simply raise a family, and people might start saying enough is enough. Nostradamus predicted a massive shift in humanity in the year 2020 or 2021, that there will be a new consciousness and the public perception of how to act will be geared towards different ways of living. Maybe we will see a mass uprising of people who are underpaid and underappreciated, and that will lead to a new way of life. Coming into the number 1 spot, we have the end of days. I mean, it's not only Nostradamus that has predicted this to happen, but there have been a lot of people from all over the world who are constantly calling out that doomsday is coming. I mean, building a doomsday bunker is a whole subculture that people are constantly getting into. Ever since the pandemic kicked off, people have been stockpiling ammunition to make sure if anyone comes around their home looking for food, the only thing they're gonna find is hot lead. But maybe it is...
Hey, look, we all done heard about the end of days, end of time. Live your life. If you live your life scared, well, that's just what you're going to be for the rest of your life, scared. I mean, it's nothing wrong with preparing yourself, but can you really prepare for it? Can you really prepare for it? Live your life. Live your life to the best of your abilities. Live your life like every day is your last. Enjoy life. Understand this is the a dark side to 2021. 2021 gonna be some people best year of their life, and there's more to come. Live your life to the fullest. Don't worry about what people say, what people doing. Focus on you. Let's continue this video.
This year, it would seem that so many horrific things are crescendoing at the same time. We have a global pandemic that has been hitting the world so hard. We have climate change that is supposed to make our planet unlivable and possibly lead to the end of humanity. We have an economic crisis on the horizon that we haven't heard any action plan for. And on top of all of this, political tensions are at an all-time high. And not to mention, there's always one of those super volcanoes that could blow up at any second. I'm sure if something like that happened, we would all have the ample stress levels to deal with it, and none of us would freak out. We would all be super calm, of course. Anyways, guys, that has been our list. I've been your host, Shane Arena, and I'll catch you in the next video.
And look, I thank y'all all for tuning in, stopping by, watching this video by Top 10. I will leave the link in the description below. Y'all can go check out more of their videos. But I thank you all. This is your boy Nova. Stay beautiful, stay blessed. Salute.